Hey there, friends from both the light and the dark side. It's me, along with all my little monsters, welcoming you to another wild ride here on Philomena Channel, your go-to place to explore the deep, mesmerizing universe of collectible knives. And today is a good one. We've got something special, something sharp. A package just landed on my doorstep all the way from the US. And yes, you guessed it. Inside there's a brand new knife just waiting to be unboxed. So of course, we're opening it together. Totally real. We're still going into this blind together. Let's pull the box out nice and slow. There we go, right here. This is the moment. So what do we have? Looks like this one's from Real Steel. That's the brand. These knives, for those of you who don't know, are made in China. Let me double check that on the label. Yep, confirmed. Made in China. The model name is printed right here on the box, and while it might not sound super exciting on paper, trust me, the real fun is in the details. This particular knife has carbon fiber inlays, which already tells me we're looking at something that's going to be both lightweight and slick in design. All right, let's crack the box open and see what we're working with. Here's the brand logo right on top. Always nice when a company puts effort into presentation. Great for those of you who want to dive deeper into what Real Steel is all about. Right inside, we've got the knife spec sheet, which is super handy. You get a clear rundown of all the materials and dimensions straight out of the box. No need to Google anything just yet. Also included is a maintenance sheet, which, by the way, I totally appreciate. It shows you step by step how to take the knife apart, clean it, oil it, and put it back together properly. And let me say this, if you're planning on carrying or using your knives regularly, it's smart to give them a bit of love every 4 to 6 months. Dust, dirt, pocket lint, all that stuff builds up over time. All right, let's get to the good part. First thing I see in here is a little packet. Looks like an antifungal agent or moisture absorber. Pretty standard with some knives. Keeps things fresh, especially during long shipping times. And now, here it is, the star of the show. First impression, I like it. The action is clean, super satisfying deployment. The opening is smooth, and it's still got that factory oil on it. You can feel it slightly as you flip the blade open. It drops shut with a nice weight. Beautiful. This one's got a button lock system, which means you just press a button to release the blade and close it. So smooth. It's built on ball bearings. I'm almost sure of it. You can tell from how effortlessly it glides. There's barely any friction. Just slick. Wow. Honestly, I gotta say, I expected this knife to feel a little heavier in the hand. I tend to lean toward knives with more heft. You know, ones that feel solid. But this one, it's lighter than I imagined, but still feels super well balanced. According to the specs sheet, it's supposed to weigh in at 3.92 ounces. Let's test that out. Got my trusty digital scale right here. Let's place it on. Okay, look at that, 3.7 ounces. Not bad. Pretty close. Even if it had been exactly 3.92 ounces, which is about 111 grams, that's still a solid EDC weight. Very carry-friendly. It's light enough to toss in your pocket and forget about it, but still substantial enough to feel like a real tool. You're gonna take a closer look at the blade. You can clearly see the Real Steel logo right here. Nicely done. The designer is Austin Fox. And yeah, it's printed right there on the blade. Always cool to know who's behind the design. The steel used here is S35VN, which is definitely a step up from your entry-level steels. It's solid. High corrosion resistance, holds an edge really well, and it's relatively easy to sharpen. So while it's not the absolute top-tier super steel, it's definitely premium quality. Moving on, let's talk about the bolsters. These are the areas near the top of the handle, just before the blade. They're made of titanium on this knife, which is great, durable, lightweight, and looks sleek. And here's something I love. These bolsters have a combo of raised and recessed textures. There's depth. It gives it kind of a modern, almost industrial look. Also, this knife features a locking mechanism. If you've ever handled a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, will feel kind of familiar. It's a top-mounted lock bar, meaning instead of your usual liner lock underneath, this one's been moved to the top of the handle. It works like a charm. No lock stick either. That's a huge plus. You know how some knives have that annoying resistance when you press the lock? Like the metal kind of sticks together. Not here. This button press is clean. It disengages without any weird friction. You press the button and the blade just drops. Super fluid motion. And yes, this one comes with thumb studs so you can flick it open the classic way. But there's also a second method. You can hold down the button and flick your wrist to open it. It works both ways. I'm just a bit cramped here in the studio because of the camera setup, but trust me, in a normal setting, this thing flips open beautifully. And when it closes, no bounce. It clicks right into place and stays there. That's good craftsmanship. The blade seats perfectly inside the handle, nice and snug. Now, let's talk about the handle scales. That smooth, black material you see? Yep, that's carbon fiber. Looks great. Feels even better. Now, I won't say the transition between the titanium bolsters and the carbon fiber is totally seamless. For the price, this is exactly the kind of finishing I'd expect. Not quite full custom level, but definitely solid. Let's move on to the pocket clip. This part right here, where the clip rests against your hand, has what we call a hot spot. It's a little area that might poke you a bit or feel uncomfortable at first, but honestly, it's minor. You get used to it fast. I've had knives with more aggressive clips, and after some pocket time, you stop noticing it. Doesn't leave marks. Turning it over, we've got a backspacer in the handle. Pretty sure that's carbon fiber as well. It's got some little cutouts, which I'm guessing help a bit with grip. Nice touch. So, wrapping it all up, this is a knife that offers a ton of value. It's relatively affordable, which is great for collectors on a budget or folks just getting into the hobby. I don't usually talk prices here because it varies depending on when you're watching, but if you're curious, just look it up online. Real Steel is a Chinese brand that, at least in my world, is still relatively new. I've been collecting for over 6 years now, but I gotta say, they're making a strong entrance. This lock system is excellent. That top-mounted bar, super cool, super functional. And the overall design. Yeah, it's stylish. Definitely one I'd recommend. Oh, and let me not forget, the blade is rock solid. No movement at all. No blade placed side to side, up or down. Nothing. That's what you want. Now let's do one last check. Is the blade centered? Maybe. Ever so slightly leaning to the left. But that's totally within the normal range. If you're picky, you can always adjust the pivot screw to center it perfectly. All in all, I'm seriously happy with this knife. It's a smart purchase, a well-built tool, and a cool piece to carry. Easy to slip into your pocket, modern in style, and with some great features that show real thought behind the design. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for sticking around till the end. I appreciate every single one of you. From all my monsters and myself, we wish you a sharp and happy day. Catch you next time on Philomania.